Today we're checking out a used Benz C200 and you'll see why brand new cars are not for everyone. We'll explore the driving dynamics, prices in the used market and the build quality of this million rand sedan. But before we get to that, we have to ask Mercedes a very important question. Hi Mercedes.
How can I help?
What are your thoughts on high mileage BMWs?
This question is too hard for me.
She's lying, she knows the vibes, but does pummel up. In this video, I'll be reviewing this car while driving from Nelspruit to Johannesburg. To refill the tank, we paid 1,359 rands 49 cents. I did a walk-around review of this car in 2021, so today I wanna see how it performs in the real world. Welcome to another video. We'll start with a quick exterior overview, and the first thing you notice is that this car is soulless without the AMG line package. You can't tell it's a million rands car. For the AMG line package you pay 54,000 rands and your car will look like this. On the side you get 18-inch 5-spoke wheels as standard, and if you don't like them you can opt for 18-inch multi-spokes at no cost. Here we're more than 300 kilometers away from Johannesburg and I was hovering between 80 and 100 kilometers per hour because I don't like speeding for no reason when doing road trips. I prefer cruising nicely to enjoy the ride and scenery. For a sunroof you have to fork out 22,900 and I think it's best to just keep your 22,000 rands because sunroofs are not important.
You just get sunburnt in very specific ways.
Yeah.
They can keep sunburnt.
And the wind noise.
Yeah, the wind noise sucks.
The back is as plain as a Corolla and boot space is 455 liters. If you are rolling on run flats, you don't get a spare wheel. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there's no need for pedal shifters in non-performance cars. 1.5 litre 4-cylinder engine producing only 150 kilowatts, the pedal shifters get in. I think the interior looks good and the keyword is looks, cause the build quality is terrible, but we'll get to that. There's some ambient lights and you can play around with the different colors if you are into that sort of thing, and it kind of looks good at night. You can have different colors at the same time if you want to. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can do it. Also, as an old man like Mener Mahonga or John Maputla, do you really need disco lights in your C-Class? The dashboard layout kind of looks fancy, but the build quality is bad. Just watch. Even Chinese cars have better quality than this C-Class, but that's a collab. Your gear selector is the right stock and it's kind of nice to use, especially when you are doing a 3.10. And your parking brake is here. The one thing you will never complain about is storage. There's some fancy cup holders and more space under the armrest. That's where you find your USB ports. And there's an extra one here. At the back there's nothing. There's about 3 things I don't like about the infotainment screen. Number 1, it's a fingerprint magnet and it's almost impossible to keep it clean. Number 2, it is a bit low, so you have to take your eyes completely off the road if you wanna quickly check something. Number 3, the screen is mounted like a solar panel, so if you park the car in an open parking lot, it gets fried by the sun. Overall, the screen resolution is impressive and the system is quite responsive, but Android Auto is unstable. It keeps disconnecting for no reason. After driving for a short while, we did a driver switch and Mama Snow took over. Then we continued cruising. At the back you get air vents and nothing more. Legroom is okay, and there's a retractable center armrest and whatever this is. A Benz is a German car, so of course the seats are comfortable. There's a point where we had the entire road to ourselves, but because we are law-abiding citizens, we continued adhering to the speed limit. Under the hood, this C200 has a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder engine producing 150 kilowatts and 300 Newton meters of torque, and there's a smaller 15 kilowatt electric boost. Mercedes claims it moves from 0 to 100 in 7.3 seconds, and the top speed is 246 kilometers per hour. Mama Snow doesn't really know much about cars, but she complained about turbo lag, and I can confirm that turbo lag is a real issue. When you put your foot down, the car takes a couple of seconds to respond. But once it starts moving, it really moves. When driving from Nelspruit to Gauteng, you have to stop at Also for some refreshments, bathroom breaks, or refilling your tank if you are driving a Haval. It's an unwritten rule, everyone knows this. Doesn't matter whether you're traveling in a taxi, bus or your own car, you have to stop at Also. I don't make the rules. Okay Sharp, back on the road, and there's no need to tell you who's behind the wheel. You will know. The C200 is not crazy fast, but it will definitely put a smile on your face. It's so smooth and very comfortable when cruising at highway speed. Sometimes you may even think you are driving an electric car. As law-abiding citizens, we're always cruising on the left lane at reasonable speeds. But if you overtake us with a stylet, vele kuvuke amabhande. Isukile. The claimed average fuel consumption is 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers. You will see our real life consumption when we get to Jozi, and it's not too far off from the claimed figure. And this car has different driving modes: Eco, Comfort, Sport and Individual. Just put the car in Comfort and stop wasting petrol. Hi Mercedes.
How may I help you?
What are your thoughts on high mileage BMW?
Close acquaintance. Mercedes even manufactured series car bodies for BMW in the 1930s.
A brand new C-Class comes with a 2-year unlimited distance warranty and a 5-year 100,000 kilometers maintenance plan. The launch price of a C200 was 849,000 rands in 2022, and now the same car is going for around 1 million South African rands. You can get a low mileage 2023 model for around 750,000 rands, or 2022 model from as little as 670,000 rands. Spending a million rands on an entry-level C-Class is just a waste of money, and I think it's best to just go for a low mileage 2022 model and pay less than 700,000 rands. For a German machine like this one, you'll definitely need comprehensive insurance. And with Necker Insurance, you are looking at a premium of around 1,699 rands for a 2022 model. And if you have a high risk profile, your premium may be higher. For affordable car insurance, you can get an obligation-free online quote from Naked and save. They can also cover your high mileage BMW if you own one. And obviously your old BMW will have some breakdowns every now and then, so when your car is broken, you will just post accident cover to save some money for parts. And that's just a hypothetical scenario. I'm not speaking from experience. Just use the link in the description to get a quote and see how much you can save on insurance.
Continue straight, then Continue straight. There's a mobile speed camera ahead. Continue straight.
So if you finance a 670,000 rand 2022 C200 for 5 years with no deposit or no balloon payment at an interest rate of 11.75%, you are looking at an installment of around 14,900. If you factor in petrol and insurance, you will fork out a total of around 20,000 rands for your car. Okay sharp, we made it to Jozi and our average fuel consumption was sitting at 6.9 liters per 100 kilometers and we're mostly cruising in comfort mode. So the 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers consumption claimed by Mercedes is not a false claim. From Nelspruit to Johannesburg, the car chowed just half a tank. Now let's skip the non-car stuff and go back home. Just as we were leaving the hotel, some parking ticket machine almost scammed me a whole 10 rands. 10 South African rands.
Hello. It's 10 rand. It means after validating you stayed more than 10 minutes, that's why it's charging me again.
Anginamali yokudlala mina, we're going home. We made it to Nelspruit and our average fuel consumption was sitting at an impressive 5.7 liters per 100 kilometers. So we drove from Nelspruit to Jozi and back with just one tank. And I really enjoyed this car. So if you have money for a used one, go for it. But that's if you won't mind squeaky panels and wrecking noises when driving on bumpy roads. Hi Mercedes.
How can I help?
What are your thoughts on high mileage BMWs?
The same as you do. Otherwise we would not be sitting here.